Up. Bye, Captain Fuzzy Balls. Morning, you guys. It's 4:30 and we got a long trip ahead of us. Hey Siri, how far away is Sioux City, Wisconsin?
It looks like Sioux City is about 274 miles away by car.
We got a new loader to go pick up.
All right, guys. Excuse me, I've got a mouthful. All right, guys, we're off to a place called McFarland's in Sauk City. I can never pronounce that. Sauk City, Wisconsin. And today we've got Call the Crippled Crow, who just gave himself a bath, and Captain Fuzzy Balls down in the chair, going along for the ride. Now I'm going with an SVL 65, and I typically would go with a 75, but I'm gonna let Corey Rothman, the rental manager that I'm renting this from, explain the difference. He does it a lot better than I do. All right, guys, we made it. I'm gonna do something actually a lot different than what I normally do. I'm gonna rent a skid loader, but I'm gonna rent it for 6 months or 200 hours. That's what I was told I can do. So I came to McFarland's, which is one of the biggest Kubota, I gotta put my mask on, rental places around, because when I'm done renting it, I can have the option of purchasing it. And these guys have some, well, you know, I'll let him tell you more about what he does. We're gonna go meet Corey. He talked me into trying a 65 today. Normally I'll go with a 75. And a 75 is basically a 75 horsepower, so it doesn't have the DEF in it, mid-size machine. And what I find is that the 75s are usually kind of like that perfect in-between machine, and then you optimize your horsepower. But this guy suggested I try the 65, which is kind of like the next step down. Well, he's okay. Hey, Corey.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good, good.
I was just telling these guys, you talked me into a 65 over a 75.
Yep, absolutely.
One of the things that we've been running into on job sites is we always like to get the most power, but then we get into these mid-sized machines, and there's been more than once where even a mid-sized machine is sometimes just a little too big.
Mm-hmm.
We get a little bit of a tighter spot. And we were like, well, God, wouldn't it be great to get in a mid-sized machine that doesn't lose a whole lot of power, but it's just a little bit smaller?
Yeah, so like when you and I first had our conversation about different sizes of machines, obviously what we had talked about was, you know, you traditionally have always been in a 75 horsepower class machine.
Yep.
And I look at what you do on, you know, on a regular basis, and I don't know if the 75 was right for you. And I felt like if we took a machine that had more track to ground and lighter weight, in a 65 horsepower machine, I honestly think it fits your situation better in this style of a machine.
Okay.
So the difference that you're going to have with a 75 versus a 65, yes, the 75 is going to weigh a little bit more, but you're going to be a 75 horsepower machine. But what's interesting with when they made the 65 is you're going to be about 1,000 pounds less, but they share the exact same track. The difference in this, though, is you're going to see how the rear drive gear is actually sitting up taller here, which is going to pick up the height of the machine.
Okay.
On the 65, they've actually brought that forward, and the machines come down, which allows you to have a bigger bogey wheel system on the bottom, which means you're going to have more track touching the ground at all times, which means it's basic math, but you're going to take the weight of machine versus the amount of track that's on the ground, which is going to actually be what lowers your ground pressure. So I think this machine is going to fit your bill better, because you're not going to be tearing up all that new sod and, you know, everything that you're working with. You're still going to have a lot of lift. You're still going to have a lot of power with it. I just feel that this machine is more close to what I feel is right for Stan versus this one.
But if I get this right, that machine and this machine have the exact same track.
Yep.
That machine sits up higher, so the track is up higher, so it actually has less track touching the ground.
Correct.
Where this machine has more track touching the ground and less weight. So is there actually like, have they ever done, hey, it said, hey, you got this much ground pressure on this machine versus this much ground? I mean,
So this one, I mean, like I said, it's a basic math equation. It's going to be weight versus track surface touching the ground, and then multiply it by 2. So this one comes out to be right around that like 4.1, where this one comes out to be about 5.2. Now I know, like, when you look at it that way, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're talking about 1.2 pounds per square inch, that's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference. Huge difference.
So the whole 75 or the SVL class all shares the same cab, but what they did a little bit different, because the 65 is going to be a little bit cheaper of an option. When you're looking at them right next to each other, we didn't paint the hydraulic lines. That saved you money. On the 75, we have painted hydraulic lines. So this is just as comfortable of a seat as any standard seat versus a nicer full seat of an air ride suspension. This I love for concrete guys doing grading work. It's more comfortable. It is got a little bit more power for that grading, scenarios. But this is for that guy who's getting in and out, wants to save a little bit money, but have the best machine possible for him. And that's where I just think the 65, like I said, if I'm wrong, Stan, I'll be wrong. But I think this will be the right machine for you.
Okay. Thanks, Corey. I mean,
Kubota difference versus, everybody else. I'm not even going to name any names because everybody makes a good machine. Kubota is looking at simplicity. So Kubota is not going to give you the touch screens and the subwoofers behind the seats and all that kind of stuff. What Kubota is going to give you is very simple operation. I come from a guy who drives Jeep Wranglers my whole entire life, so simplicity is key to me.
Okay, so let's go in here. Corey, will you give us the once over on this machine?
It does give you a lot of space. From there, it's very simple operations. We're going to turn our key on to accessory. It is cold in Wisconsin, so we will let a glow plug run through, which looks like we're cleared. And I'll let Stan fire this thing up. So from there, it's as easy as I always state it to every customer. Green on this side panel is go. Green is go. This machine at this point is ready to be operated when you hit that green button.
This is my first Kubota I've ever been in. I mean, I've ran them for a day here, or in a day. And when I say a day, that's literally an hour or two on a job while I'm putting in a patio or something. I'll hop in and go, all right, you can, long story short. But I'm not seeing. This is very simple.
Yeah, very simple. I mean,
I like simple.
I love simple.
Okay, I'm gonna say it straight. I love simple. I love simple.
You're gonna be. Yep, there you go. So thumb switch. You can hear how quiet it is too once that door comes down. So push up.
You can tell I'm not used to overhead doors. I'm just not.
And honestly, when they're new.
Sorry, what was that?
When they're new,
I'm just messing with you, Corey.
If you lift this boom up to here, guess what you'll still be able to do? Open your door.
Oh.
So if you think of a lot of other skid steers, swing out door, I can't tell you how many times we've heard about people talking about getting stuck in a machine and having to crawl out a back window or try to figure something else out. It's the nice thing is you're always going to be able to get out.
I want to show you guys something that I kind of want to buy.
It's up for sale right now. I mean, we could. I don't know if they both fit on the trailer though, Stan.
This is a different topic, but I actually need your guys' opinion on something. Some of you guys know the Blackco is pretty much done, and my John Deere my TLB, I don't know, I just can't rely on it like I need to for snow removal. And then I seen this bad boy right here. Now this retails for brand new what?
This is going to be in like the 70s.
Brand new.
Brand
spanking new. Now you got what? A couple hundred hours on them? Or?
I don't even have 200 on this one yet.
And how much could I buy this for?
This one we're going to be looking at 55.
55.
55. Still has warranty on it, additional warranty on it. This one was actually my personal snow plowing machine for this winter.
So here's my 2 cents on buying rental equipment. At first I was like, oh my God, don't get rental equipment because they're beat and abused. But really the guys that are renting skid loaders usually aren't overly experienced operators, and they're afraid. So they hop in a loader and they run them like they're afraid. They run them real slow. They're very careful with them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't want to damage them, and they don't want to get hurt themselves. But at McFarland's, they'll run a skid loader or a piece of equipment for 100 to 200 hours, and then it goes up for sale. And as soon as they get a piece of equipment in their door, they put an extended warranty on it. So not only when you get it after 6 months, you're getting it at a deep discount, but you're also getting an extended warranty with it. It just makes sense. Get the hydro bucket, but the last time the hydro bucket was put away, a couple of the hoses got pinched. I'll actually show you. And so we're just going to troubleshoot it because we think that it's not going to work without replacing these hoses. So you can see right there where the hose got pinched.
What happened with that glove situation you got going on there, Stan? What's going on with that?
I got 2 of the same. One of those things where you grab gloves, you think you got the right ones, but now
what do you got? You
one
got
warm hand and one cold
You
hand.
got 2 right hands?
Yeah.
Where's it at? Your house?
Yeah. I got in it. I fell in love with it in about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah?
I didn't try it
It's
out.
so simple. There's no bells and whistles. You got
So we quick go through the hydro bucket to make sure everything is good, and we find out what we thought was going to be a bad start turned out to not be a bad start. The hoses the rupture didn't go all the way through the wire braiding. It only chafed the outer rubber protective surface.
Yeah. Me, Tim, and Stano are heading back to Stan's here to check out this sweet new skid steer we got the Dodge Train. We got Stan, we got the Dakota, which is mine, and then we got Timmy right behind us and his Dodge Train rolling.
So our trailer's still missing. So I went to Sauk City, Wisconsin, using the dump trailer to haul the thing back, but we've got a brand new Diamond C trailer coming. And what I think I'm gonna do is go down to Texas and film how they build them, because there's so many people saying that Diamond C are the best. Well, I wanna actually go behind the scenes and see how they make those things. So let me know if you guys think that would be a cool idea. Because when I got to see how Texas Pride made theirs, I thought that was so cool. So I wanna see how Diamond C does theirs.
The accelerator type deal?
Nope,
Give it more
it's got,
gas?
It's got both.
Oh, flip up door. That's awesome. Oh, it is a flip up door on there. I was gonna say they didn't give you a door with it.
Nice wide cab.
That's a pretty easy looking.
Is it direct or is it electrical? It is.
It's direct.
Oh crap.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool too.
Uh-huh.
So now it's time to go play, and just down the road from me and around the corner is an empty lot that, you know what, I'm just gonna show you.
Ooh, there'll be some agates in here, Stan.
Yeah, but look at the way they left this house lot. So there used to be a house here and someone came in and demolished it, and I don't know why, but around here in Minnesota, when you remove a lot like this, you're supposed to grade it,
Yep.
then seed it, then straw blanket it, and set up erosion control. control fabric, and I don't know what's going on with this. I don't even know who owns this, but it's literally one house over from mine.
Yes, it is.
So we're just gonna come in here and get this graded out, dress it up, and hopefully we're not gonna piss anybody off doing it.
Oh, look at that old tractor they got over there. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Dude, that guy does good work.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing, I bet later on, if you knock on his door, we can
Take
get
a look at it.
quick